Hi, I'm Charles McGregor. I'm an acting captain at Station 331. Been at the station for about 18 years now, but all told 22 years now with Toronto Fire Services. So yes, we're at Claremont. I've been at the station, as I said, for 18 years. One of the things that I really enjoy about working at Claremont is that it's a 3-truck hall. We are downtown. It's former hall number 2 of the Toronto Fire Department. And we have the mix of everything. We got the entertainment district on one side and we got Parkdale on the other. So we have a ton of calls, a different variety of calls, and it's always interesting. But one of the things I do have to say is that the fine firefighters and colleagues that I work with, I've worked with for a number of years, and we are professional, we train, and we make sure that we have a good time on the job. So Black History Month, what it means to me is a number of things. First, it means that we have to acknowledge and celebrate what Black folks have contributed to the fire service, not just in Toronto, but nationwide, internationally actually. And in order to acknowledge that, you have to look at what the history is. And the history has not always been good. I don't need to tell people that for a long time there was a certain type of individual that was looked at to be a firefighter, but times have changed. And one of the things, especially with that the City of Toronto, that diversity is our strength. We really need to look at that in order to make sure that we can utilize everybody's knowledge, everybody's skills, and bring that to the forefront in order to make the fire service a better fire service today and also for tomorrow. Okay, so one of the main reasons why I became a firefighter was that a colleague of mine that I was in the Army Reserves with got on as a Hamilton firefighter, and he had been on for maybe a year or so, and he knew how I was as a person, and he actually said that, Charles, this is the job for you. And so all those years ago, I took it upon myself, and I went and got my fire science certificate from Mohawk College, which was a lot cheaper than what it is now to get your pre-service. And then I bided my time like most people, applying everywhere, trying to get on a job. And then I'd have to say that when it rains, it pours, because at that time I was a Burlington volunteer. I was also interviewed with North Bay, as long with Toronto, and of course I accepted the position in Toronto, so we didn't have to move as a family. And I have to say that the first 5 years I was completely happy with what I was doing. I enjoyed the job. I enjoyed meeting all the different people I was meeting, got involved in different activities. I was on the combat challenge team, ran that for a little bit, which is a whole different other story. But the main thing was that I think after about my 10th year, or actually getting into the module systems, I realized that I had more to offer to the job. And it quickly became apparent that in order to achieve that goal, what I needed to do was get myself to that table in order to try to make change. And I can't make change unless you bring something. And so now, after completing the Humber College Executive Fire Service Management course, the certificate, which is your Fire Officer 3 and 4, and I've already completed my Public Administration and Governance with Toronto Metropolitan University, formerly Ryerson. I got my level 1, my level 2, and is almost finished my level 3 for the degree. I will, along with my experience on the job, I think will attain what I need in order to try to make change within the fire service. So what I would like to see within the Toronto Fire Services, or the fire services nationally, is that it would be more reflective of the citizens that they serve. I think that it's important to make sure that whether it's a young male or a young female, when they come to a fire station or they have any kind of engagement with the fire service, that they see someone that they can relate to. And if they can see that, then they would know that, okay, well, this is something that I would like to do. It may be a seed that is planted. They may not even remember, okay, why do I want to become a firefighter? And it could be because they had that talk with a female firefighter somewhere, or an Asian firefighter somewhere, or a black firefighter somewhere, that instilled something within them that made them want to do, pursue the career as a firefighter. And so in the future, that's what I want to see. My vision is that you see a department that is more reflective. And you see a department that will look back at Black History Month and say, you know what, yes, we're glad that we do Black History Month, but what is important is that everybody is engaged. Everybody is engaged, whether whatever marginalized group you were from. And so my role in that, I do see a distinct role that I can play in making that happen. I've always said that the opinions that I have on the subject, I think they're poignant, I think they're relevant, and I think that once I get myself into a position where I'm actually will be able to innate some change, then that's when it's going to happen.